In just a few moments, 7 sealed envelopes will be gingerly placed. In each envelope is a team logo. Those envelopes will be drawn at random by the commissioner. He'll put them on that board back there and then finally open them in order from 7 on down to 1. Now, this is, of course, not the draft, but there is a lot at stake here. All 7 teams will go home this afternoon with something, the rights to pick the first 7 players in the draft. While the odds of picking the exact drafting order are about 5,000 to 1, each team has its fingers crossed, and some are getting some unofficial help. So the stage is set, and now let's go down to Commissioner, who is about set, I think, to begin the proceedings.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. For the very best players in the country, the annual draft is the gateway to the highest competition in the world. For the teams and their fans, the draft is their future. The order of those selections is to be determined by a random drawing. That's why we're here. The 7 numbers behind me represent the first 7 positions in the draft. The identity of the team selecting at each position will be determined by a random draw of 7 envelopes. Each envelope contains the logo of one of the participating teams. The first envelope drawn from the drum will represent the first pick in the draft and will be placed behind me, unopened, in position number 1. The remaining envelopes will then be selected and placed under numbers 2 through 7 in the order drawn. The envelopes will then be opened, starting with number 7 and proceeding to number 1. Within the past hour, each of the logos has been placed in an envelope and sealed by Jack Wagner, a partner in the international accounting firm of Ernst & Winnie. Mr. Wagner has certified to me, first, that he alone was present in the room when he placed the logos in the envelopes. Second, that he has since maintained continuous and exclusive possession of the envelopes. And third, that as of this moment, he does not know which logo is in which envelope. I will now ask Mr. Wagner to place the envelopes in the drum. Will now be turned to further mix the envelopes, and then I will conduct the drawing.
That is Jack Joyce. He's the head of security, spinning the drum. About 6 turns, I think. The
team whose logo is in this envelope will have the first pick.
He will do that 6 more times.
Draft position 2. Draft position 3.
Horace Ballmer, another security guy for the NBA, is putting him on the board.
Draft position 4. Draft position 5. Draft position 6. Seventh pick.
There they are. And here we go.
The 8th pick, Ricky.
I will now open the envelopes.
Nervous laughter here.
The 7th pick goes to
Scott.
The 6th pick,
David.
The 5th pick goes to
Joe.
The fourth pick goes to
Tim.
And the first team to hate the lottery because they would have had the 1 or 2 pick
the third
in the
pick
coin toss.
goes
David.
the second pick.
Robert.
The horseshoe works.
At the first pick.
Chris.
I think he's in shock. When we come back, we'll hear from some key team representatives as CBS Sports coverage draft lottery continues after a word from your local station. We're back at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City in the Starlight Roof, and the #1 pick in the draft. And you said can you believe it?
Oh, I tell you, when you got down to the last 3, I couldn't look. I couldn't listen to the commissioner. I was very nervous. It's just a wonderful thing having the #1 pick, and obviously I think everybody knows who our #1 pick is going to be, and we're very delighted.